Hello, my name is Max Regnier. My story begins at the end, if there is an end. I've been consigned to the fourth circle of hell. If you've ever read Dante's Inferno, or even if not, you might remember that it punishes greed. Misers and spenders toil on opposite sides of a circle, rolling huge bags of money with their chests until they crash into one another. The sinner that falls to the ground first is the loser, who gets whipped by a demon until they stand back up and try again. The winner receives one gold coin, tradable for 1 minute's rest before they face their next opponent. You might not think there is any rest where we are, but it exists to remind us of what we're missing before our torments begin anew. I don't know how long I've been here. I almost don't care. Time is elastic in this place, stretching as far into the past, present, future as a sunset on the beach. The grunts and screams of my fellow damned ring in my ears. I block them out as best I can. There may be rest in this God-forsaken place, but there's no empathy. That's why I'm suffering now. Still, can you blame me for looking out for number one? I worked 70 hours a week as a hospital janitor to make ends meet. Let me tell you, you haven't seen shit until you've seen literal shit all over the place. People are disgusting. They do disgusting things when you're not looking, like stuff dirty diapers and paper towels down the toilet. Haven't they heard of garbage cans? I had to empty those. They were just as gross. I should have earned a fortune, but of course I didn't. After taxes, my take-home pay was shit too. Another fighter, another miser. I jut my chest forward as hard as I can and push. My bag of loot smashes into his. He tumbles to the muddy ground. A demon is on him in a flash, beating him with a braided whip. He howls in agony, struggles to get up, and falls again. After enduring another lash, the hoarder scrambles to his feet and shoves his way past me. The demon hands me a doubloon, could save it and earn more coins for more rest. However, I'm not allowed to keep any more than I can carry in the holy pockets of my rags. I give it back. 60 seconds to catch my breath, 60 seconds to reassess my existence. A minute lasts an eternity here. I remember one chilly Friday in October. I was eating lunch in the cafeteria, as I usually did. Rain drooled down the nearest window pane, obscuring my view of the parking lot. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead. I didn't have much of an appetite for chicken tenders and potato wedges, but I needed protein and carbs to get me through the rest of the day. The food was hot, if a bit bland. I chewed it mechanically, reviewing my morning. 2 of our toilets overflowed. Piss, shit, and gigantic wads of soggy toilet paper littered the floor and leaked into nearby stalls. The creators of this chaos had fled the scene. I wasn't happy. Neither was my supervisor, who objected to my use of colorful language when he entered the restroom. Like he'd never heard the word fuck before. He wrote me up, and I got even angrier. That was my second reprimand in 2 weeks. One more and my pay would get docked. I couldn't afford that, not with the rent due and my car in the shop. Someone had left the day's newspaper on a nearby table. I went and picked it up. There had to be better opportunities for a college grad majoring in computer science. However, entry-level techs were everywhere. I had $40,000 in student loans to pay off. This gig kept me hanging on by the skin of my teeth. The classifieds offered the usual jobs: truck drivers, CNAs, waitstaff, etc. An ad caught my eye, a background of stars and planets with a slogan: Gateway Travel, it's out of this world. Cheesy, I know, but it made me smile. I needed something to cheer me up on that dreary day. I checked out the place's address and phone number. It wasn't that far from the hospital. I made a deal with myself. If the rain stopped by the time I took my afternoon break, I'd leave early and scope Gateway Travel out. If not, I'd keep plugging away and forget all about it. I'd like to think the weather sealed my fate, but in hell, I know better. The rain had turned to a cold mist by the time 3 o'clock rolled around. I decided I needed to take the rest of the day off. Again, my boss wasn't pleased, but I didn't give a fuck. He wasn't the one who'd gotten down and dirty. Speaking of which, I had to dodge several puddles on the way to my destination. It was located in a strip mall next to a Chinese restaurant and across the street from a shop called Cinderella's Curios. I smirked at the cutesy name, but had no intention of going there. The sign on the door to Gateway Travel read, "Open." The place was small and unassuming, with travel brochures all over the walls. Most of them showed tropical paradises: Hawaii, Fiji, Jamaica, the Bahamas. There were several showing national parks too. I'd never gone to any of those places. Odds were, I never